passion, creativity, fellowship, and friends. The perfect mix.
PC House Productions. Are you ready for cholesterol? Are you ready for fried fish balls? Are you ready for wacky humor? Are you ready for a dog named Schubert? Are you ready for network violence? Are you ready for awkward silence? Are you ready for heart disease? Are you ready for clogged arteries? Are you ready for a big old fire? Hey, did you know that we're for hire? Are you ready for food at its best? Are you ready for the common chef?
We loaded up for Supa-Fry at the Ocala Farm Market. We may be clogging our arteries in this episode, but it's gonna be with the freshest ingredients possible.
We fried corn and flour tortilla chips along with homemade salsa to start off our fry fest. Plenty of fresh veggies with sugar, fresh squeezed lime, and crazy salt.
We took fresh chicken, cut off the fat, coated it with a light, flavorful breading which included almond. These were a perfect appetizer to help get the party started as our guests arrived.
We minced gorgeous Gulf-caught shrimp and Florida grouper to a paste. Then added all the right stuff, some perfect seasonings, made a breading out of toasted jalapeno cheddar bread, and fried up some fish balls.
We made several gallons of mashed potatoes. I actually boiled the potatoes with whole cloves of garlic, fried up some bacon, mixed them all together, then stuffed cheese into the center of the potato balls. Roll your balls in an egg wash, then dust them lightly with some flour to get ready for deep fried yumminess.
Chad House was a guest common chef for the afternoon. He brought ground venison and made Cajun-flavored sliders, complete with pepper jack cheese, pickles, and a healthy dose of delicious.
We thought that we would give everyone's cholesterol a break for the only dish that wasn't fried, but it was good. We made a chili bourbon honey glaze to baste a generous amount of chicken wings. The chili bourbon was extremely unique, and so were the wings.
Well, we still had fried wings. These babies were coated with a sweet barbecue sauce. The sauce is an old family recipe, so I'm not telling you how it's made, but the guests were thrilled.
To top off the evening, we paid homage to the good old fried Twinkie. We used angel food cake and rolled different flavors of ice cream into a saran-wrap log. We froze the logs for a few hours, only to fry them to a golden brown in a sweet pancake batter, then topped it with powdered sugar. It was the favorite dish of the night.
Best Buy showed up with a 70-inch flat-screen television so that our guests could catch all the amazing Super Bowl action while us common chefs cooked these delicious meals for them. Porta-Shots gave us plenty of drinking materials so that we could clean our palates in between each dish. With 86% proof alcohol, we took a lot of time to clean our palates regularly. Shazam! All right here, right now on The Common Chef.
With over 1.4 million page views a month, Ocala for Sale has all the online traffic you'll need to buy or sell your goods or services. From real estate to a new boat grill, you've got it all at your fingertips. The Ocala Farm Market is a perfect place to get all the goodies we need for Supa-Fry. Plus, there's always fun little surprises along the way and great snacks to be had while we shop.
Guess what I have here, gentlemen?
You have
A bag.
a Triceratops.
And you know what it means when we pull out the old Sunshine Air Conditioning shopping bags? It means that we're at the farm market filming the next episode of The Common Chef.
That's right.
That's right, we are filming episode 9. It's called Super-Fried. Why? Believe it or not, we're gonna fry a bunch of things and have a Super Bowl party. Woo! Best Buy's gonna come on down and put up a huge flat screen television for
I heard
us.
it was going to be 70 inches.
What? That's the rumor. That's what she said. Anyway, you know. So we are going to be filming, and we have some crazy, unique dishes that we're going to be making for, and it's all a Super Bowl theme.
Man, I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. I
When
think it's
you
gonna be
guys
fun.
get an idea, this dessert that I got concocted, I've been in the lab all week trying to figure this out. It's going to be amazing.
Do we have a lab?
Well, that's what I call the kitchen.
All right, let's do it, boys.
All right, let's
go.
go to it.
For over 2 decades, Sunshine Air Conditioning has been delivering services so good you'll actually tell your friends about it. They've won the prestigious President's Award from Carrier 3 years in a row. For all your heating and air needs, visit sunshineac.com. For the breading, do I like the idea of using Tia's chips or the bread? We'll go over to the bread lady and pick some nice bread to break up.
Yeah. Let's do the bread lady.
Man, look at that asparagus. It's crazy.
Sweet bread.
Brutal. Hey kids, how you doing?
Doing good? How you doing?
Now that I see you guys, I feel better.
Probably do is like toast something, and then just kind of
Crumble it up.
crumble it.
Yeah, something that's kind of already
So
naturally
you want the
crunchy.
jalapeno cheddar?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that jalapeno cheddar.
Hello, Mr. PC here at the Ocala Farm Market. I'm here with Jen. Jen is the Flower Pot Bakery. Now, you guys are out of Gainesville, right?
Yep, we are. We're in Newberry.
In Newberry. Well, they come here, and we've definitely partaken for our morning breakfast, the ham and cheese croissants and the spinach and feta cheese and the pumpkin empanadas and all the different things we've gotten here. But we're also have used a lot of these breads, and I mean, you guys really have some very creative combinations. How do you come up with this stuff?
It's just kind of whatever sets us apart from everybody else. We, because everything is natural as possible, everything's unbleached, unbrominated, we try to like come up with creative stuff, and so we just kind of play around, see what happens, and then...
So are you like at home, or you wake up in the morning and go, man, I had a great idea, I'm going to go make this new specialty bread. Is that how it works? It's like, let's try to put, it's kind of like you're a common chef, but with bread, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, like all the bread that we have, like it doesn't change. Like every once in a while, depending on the seasons and stuff, like we'll have requests for other stuff. But pretty much, it stays pretty much the same.
So it is a locally owned business in Newberry, and you guys travel all the way down here to the Ocala Farm Market. I guess the Ocala Farm Market has been good to you.
It's been very good to us. It's probably one of our best markets that we do.
Well, I appreciate the bread, the food, and I do appreciate your time, and I wish you guys the best of success because we love it. And in fact, this next episode, we're going to take some of that jalapeno cheddar bread, and we're going to toast it up, and then we're going to grind it up, and we're going to use it in some of our breading for some of our fried foods because we're going to eat a lot of fried foods. Is it okay if we use all your bread for heart attack type stuff?
Absolutely. However you want to do it.
All right, thanks. Well, good luck. We'll see you next time.
We continued the day surrounded by all the great produce. Once you've gone organic, there's no need to panic, even with deep-fried food.
From a bright white smile to advanced dental procedures, Doc G is the one to call. He is also a huge supporter of Operation Shoebox, which we at The Common Chef love.
We have all United States grown garlics from U.S. farmers. All this garlic is naturally grown. We have this gorgeous Russian red garlic with these nice large cloves.
Now, what's the difference between the garlics? I mean, as far as taste, what do you
Garlics are rated in two things. One is its garlicness, the other is its heat.
Okay.
So these are hard neck garlics as opposed to a soft neck garlic, which are often called artichoke garlics that you see grated or the kind you buy in the store.
Right.
Those garlics have to go through a frost. so they're typically not grown in the South.
So these got some heat.
These garlics are the hottest and spiciest of the garlic.
Ooh, that sounds like my kind of garlic.
Like all garlic, it loses its flavor and its aroma within about 7 minutes of being cut. So if you want more flavor, you add it later in the dish. If you want less flavor, you add it earlier in the dish. So by starting with a hot, spicy garlic, you can adjust your flavor. And if you roast garlic, the way you want to do
I
that
love the roast garlic,
is you
man.
cut off the bottom of the clove of the garlic, of the entire bulb, expose all the bulbs on the bottom, you put some olive oil, some salt, and oregano, close it up in aluminum foil, and you roast it in the oven at 375 for about 35 minutes. When it comes out, you just squeeze this, and out comes all this rich golden pulp.
Wow.
Once garlic is roasted, it's very sweet, like a roasted onion. No more of the heat, all the garlic flavor. So you can keep that in the aluminum foil and use it bulb by bulb.
You sold me. Hey, he had me at hello, okay? It appears that squirrels like the farm market too.
Serving over 19,000 households along both the 200 corridor and South 441 301, SAP Cable Advertising offers some very affordable solutions to get your message out with a targeted effort. Contact the Common Chef for sponsorship and marketing bundles on SAP Cable Advertising.
The night before Supa-Fry, we thought we'd get some prep work done and perhaps clean our palates with some porta shots.
All right, so now that the potatoes are going, we're gonna throw in our good buddy garlic.
All right, try it a little more, less enthusiastic.
Now that we have our potatoes going.
Okay, in between the two.
Now that we have our potatoes cut and going, we're gonna take and toss in some garlic. Little trick that I like to do is I like to toss in some whole pieces of garlic in while it boils. Watch. This is madness, sheer madness. Watch this. Wow. And now for the really crazy part. It's time for some crazy salt.
You know, it's times like this when cooking actually becomes meditative. Doesn't necessarily need to be all action, you know, all pizzazz and everything. Cooking for a lot of people is very personal, and that's one of the things that we at the Common Chef like about cooking. It's time to kind of put your own soul into the meal, and then you get to share that with your loved ones. Because we have to prep the potatoes for our mashed potato, what would you say? It's a fried mashed potato patty? Balls. Did you know that grasshoppers hear with their legs? What? What'd you say?
Did you know that in Kentucky, it is required by law that you take a bath once a year? And I've been through Kentucky, and I think some people are breaking the law.
Well, did you know that your eyes stay the exact same size from the minute you were born until the day that you die? I sure hope you didn't get that on film.
Ocala Style Magazine. You'll find great stories, great food ideas, and great information about Ocala. Ocala Style Magazine. Real people, real Ocala. Welcome to the 9th episode of The Common Chef, and I want to welcome everybody out there to my humble abode. I just recently bought this country home out in the middle of nowhere.
We call it the land.
Yes, we do, and it is the land.
It is.
And also, I wanted to introduce Chad House. Chad House has brought some venison, and he's very excited about making venison sliders. What's your thoughts on this? What are you going to do? You're going to season it up?
Season it up with my own homemade seasoning, and it's a really simple little appetizer. It should be really good.
Awesome. I'm excited about that.
Look at this food. This is unbelievable, and I know that there's a lot of people starving.
Now we know why. We've done it again.
We're not among them.
Right, we definitely aren't starving. In fact, I think we're in abundance here.
Well, and a lot of that is because the Ocala Farm Market. I mean, look at this spread that they've got out in front of us here. I mean, these peppers are just so amazing.
If I've said it once, I'll say it one more time. I love the Ocala Farm Market.
But this ain't everything. Look, check that out. Porta shots. All of our guests will be treated to porta shots big time. Now, there's something about porta shots that you must know. First of all, porta shots is 86% proof. So it's good alcohol, and it is very good alcohol. The cool thing about porta shots is it is exactly what it says. It's portable shots. I don't think we're supposed to say this according to company policy, but yeah, you can take these on cruise ships. We've taken them on cruise ships to baseball games. We've taken them on the airplane, whatever. You can have these easy, and it's very good alcohol.
Pre-measured, too.
Pre-measured.
Each one of these pouches is a measured shot, one shot. So it's very easy to keep track of how much you drink.
You make a conscious choice as to how much you're going to have. And I'm going to make a conscious choice probably to drink, 3 pouches in every drink. We've got shrimp, grouper, chicken, all fresh meat. We're going to fry chicken strips up. We're going to make grouper and shrimp balls. It's just going to be a fry fest. That's why we're calling it Supa-Fry.
Bam, chicka, bam, bam.
Oh yeah.
So what we have going on over here is I am frying up some tortilla chips that we're going to use for some homemade salsa. Right now I'm doing the flour tortillas. After I get these flour tortillas all nice up and crispy, I'm going to do some corn tortillas. Good afternoon. As we sit over here, we are making our very own homemade salsa. Started off, I got a couple jalapenos chopped up. I'm going to do a couple different kinds of other peppers, tomatoes, actually, and I'm actually also going to use the very rare green tomato. Just going to toss it in there. Squeeze a lime in there, just a pinch of sugar, just to kind of go along with that lime. It's going to be pretty good.
We had so much prep work to get done. Thank goodness that Chad House showed up to help us out.
All right, we are at the tail end of our chicken strips. We've basically come to the last bit of breadcrumbs and almonds that we have. Taking them right out of the fryer. And I experimented a little bit with the different kinds of breading. It really did come out kind of light, which I think is good, Nothing has to be too overpowering. And I think with the condiments and things, it'll be good. It's a nice little chicken appetizer. Now the last little bit is going to be a little bit more heavy on the almonds. So that'll be interesting to see. And like I always say on my blogs and everything, which by the way, you can always go to www.thecommonchef.com and check out me, PC, or Chris's blog. Each week we try to put up a new recipe. Have fun with food. Try it out, experiment. If it doesn't necessarily work, who cares, man? Toss it aside and try it again. So, and that's what we got here with the chicken strips.
All right, so I'm gonna start putting my meat together here for the Cajun venison sliders. I'm gonna pop a couple eggs in here to allow everything to stick together real good. Organic, of course. And what I have is a special blend of seasonings that a little combination of Cajun and Maryland style. And I just put a little dash of that in there just to flavor up the meat a little bit. I never make this consistently the same. It's always different, so you never know how it's going to turn out. This batch was actually pretty good. Mix it up real good and get it ready to go in the pan. It's about the size you want for a slider patty. Not too thick. You want them kind of thin so they cook quickly. It's going to have a lot of flavor in it, and also we're just going to do the standard toppings on these. A little pickle and some mustard and mayo, salt and pepper, and they'll be done. Pepper jack cheese, rock and roll.
Being a common chef is like being a part of a large family, and we love it when another common chef shows up to add to an already great meal.
As the night progressed, all the dishes started coming together nicely.
These were beautiful pieces of shrimp, they still are. All we're doing is kind of putting them into a minced paste so we can put them inside a ball with grouper. So if you were a huge bowl of chopped up shrimp and grouper, what would you want? The answer is quite clear. Old Bay. And some crazy salt. So we're gonna mince up these vegetables as well, mix them in with this, with some Old Bay and some other seasonings, and we're gonna bread them and deep fry them. That's gonna be good. So what we have now is some minced ginger, red peppers, green peppers, squash. We're gonna put some onions and garlic in here, then I'm gonna season this bad boy up. We have here some pretty finely chopped breadcrumbs, which is what we want. We got some chunks in there. That's okay. Those will bread on the top of there. And you just kind of mix it all up in here. Got some seasonings, some flour, those breadcrumbs. Basically what you want to do, we got some egg right here. We got this paste that we made up. You're going to take it and you want to do the ball kind of small. So to make sure that it cooks right, but you don't want to burn the outside of the crust. So you just basically roll that on in the egg. And put it on in here. Scoop it up. There you go. You got the shrimp ball. The shrimp grouper ball. Then you take that and put it right on in the deep fryer. And voila! And you end up with something that looks like this. Right here. Which is so good. That is what you call Shazam!
Your balls are getting bigger.
Thank you. Remember that the size of your balls are important. Uniformity is the key to the success of this dish. You want your balls to cook evenly to get a beautiful golden brown color.
Now what we have here is we have this big old honkin' pot of potatoes that we stayed up to the wee hours of the morning last night cooking and seasoning them and mashing up and getting them all ready. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to take them and form them into little balls and stuff them with some bacon and cheese and fry them up and then eventually consume them. I am frying up some bacon over here. I'm going to take this bacon and I'm going to mix it in with the mashed potatoes that we made. Then I'm going to stuff some cheese into it, do a little light egg wash, roll it in some flour, and then deep fry it!
With all the prep that needed to be done, reinforcements jumped in to make sure that we were done on time. It may just be me, but with a little help of my daughter Taylor, these mashed potato balls will be outstanding.
Yes, my pretty. Long, long ago I find whiskey. So this whiskey right here has the chili in it, and I'm going to utilize this as the base for my wing sauce. Basically talking some whiskey, some honey, some seasonings. This you can get from Porta Shots, by the way. And I've never had anything quite like it before, to be honest.
Every 3 years, an ancient ritual takes place here.
Basically, it's a mixture of some really awesome things. It's got the bourbon whiskey, bada bing, bada boom, some honey, some brown sugar. I use some of that slow burn salsa that we get from the market, some seasonings, a little bit of soy sauce. What you got here is an award-winning glaze.
Set the volume control in your stereo system at the preferred listening level.
It is time for some wings. Right over here I have the first batch coming out. These are some wings that I did in a very secret recipe. I know that everybody else is all into telling you exactly what they're putting in.
But mine is more of a spirit of creation.
That is what you get right there.
All right, one of my dishes that I'm going to steal the show with this episode is going to be my dessert. As a tribute to one of our founding American desserts that's having a lot of trouble in this day and age, I've decided to do a tribute to the fried Twinkie. What we're actually going to attempt to do in this episode is I'm going to mimic that with doing a fried ice cream type of Twinkie design. The first thing I'm doing from a technique that I learned is I'm cutting up some thin slices of pound cake. I'm going to be setting these pound cakes slices in some saran wrap, and then in a few minutes I'll be taking some ice cream and I'm going to be scooping the ice cream, forming more of a kind of a log, ice cream log, and putting it in here in the saran wrap, and then I'm going to roll it up in tightly bound little groups. We're going to put them in the freezer for about 4 or 5 hours to get them nice and hard. And then we're going to come back later, dip them in some delicious batter that we're going to make and fry them up. And the experience, I promise you, is going to be awesome. This is going to seal the show. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to start coming up with the batter to do my tribute for the fried ice cream Twinkie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sweet batter to kind of mimic what they have at the carnivals.
I simply took my favorite pancake mix and sweetened it up a bit by adding some vanilla extract, cinnamon, sugar, and a pinch of salt. A dip here, a roll there, and a few seconds in the fryer, and my friends, you have dessert gold.
The guests began to arrive and it was time to get down to some business. The business of great food.
Very tasty though.
You like them?
I do.
These chicken wings are amazing!
Pour it back in.
Good.
Oh, this is good. Oh, good.
Dessert first. Let's dessert.
Delicious.
Where are they?
It's better than good.
We love the Common Chef!
Stations.